of the big cons of serverless rather is the cold start problem, right? And I was curious, especially it may be okay now that you have millions of requests per month. And it may be okay when you're processing, huge PDF files because that would take over the latency anyway. But I'm curious for Inboxkitten, was there discussion about this?
The cold start problem. Yeah, actually, this is the part where I say that sometimes testing it practically matters more. We had theoretical discussions about this. We had theoretical discussion, and we realized like in practice, if you plan for it, cold starts are very theoretical in nature. So I'm quite sure there'll be exceptions. I'm quite sure there'll be people who wrote their nightmare stories, right? The two strategies are very upfront. Either you preload and you warm it, or you adjust the timings on how fast you want things to scale. Per se. You also like I think other guidelines is that you try to keep your services as light as possible, so that your startup time is as low as possible. I think one of the weaknesses, one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people do for serverless is try to take their, let's just say I take my fat Java main API. We're talking about this requires 500 MB of RAM and takes 10 whole seconds to start. That is actually true. And I'll just like take the whole thing, open one API endpoint and turn it into a serverless service. You are going to get burned by the cold start problem. That's not the way to do it. So but even when we try to do that just for fun, frankly, it's all about like testing the scenario that you're most likely going to face and tuning the setting. Give it enough time. Most production workloads, it can scale accordingly. You just need to tune it, the adjustment. By default, it may not suit you. By default, it may be too aggressive. I find cold start very hypothetical. I actually feel that it's more of a symptom that if you are complaining about cold start, right, you may need to you are probably not into the habit of using things like Gatling gun or load testing tools to actually understand how this scales. Yeah, because very rare, unless you're in e-commerce, do you have like a million, like suddenly from, okay, since 11 is coming soon. Oh wait, by the time this is out, it's no longer 11. Very rarely do you have like, we have 100 transaction, now we have 10,000 transaction in under 5 minutes. Like, if you're e-commerce, your marketing team will have told you anyway. If you got slash read it, frankly, your auto scaling rule, fine. You're down for 5 minutes. It's okay. You already got read it or slash dot. Embrace it. Just be down for that 5 minutes and let the auto scale work. That's it. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So it's just more upsides and downsides.
Yeah. So cold start, much more about performance of your code, and most likely it's something that even if it does happen, it's manageable basically.
Yeah, and I actually find that no, but it's an important thing to under. That's why I say use tools like Getting Gun. It's very useful for this. Mostly because the same thing. We had devs debating this for hours, and when it could have been easily answered by effectively the CTO who said, "I'm willing to pay that $10 bill for that whatever burst that we incur. Here, let's just fire the Gatling." In case those don't know, Gatling Gun is one of the services where you can spam 1,000 API requests or 100,000 API requests, and just to test scenarios. There are 1,001 clones about it, and you can. I'm sure you can find competitors, but the idea is that just like the amount of hours we spend debating, my devs spend debating on it, it was so much cheaper, no offense to their salary, and easier if let's just test this. Fire that 10,000 requests. Oh wait, cold start wasn't really a problem.
If you too like to debug in production, give us a like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you.